Okay. All right, okay. Part 3 is really good. This is part 3. Episode 12, part 3. This is questing time. Paul Foxcroft. This is one of my favourite bits of D&D we've done. Like, I'm really excited you get to watch it. Let me paint the scene for you. All of the players are in a dungeon beneath Raven's home. They're running around blindly from room to room. All of them have different phobias, which, by coincidence, are all phobias of things that are currently around them or aspects of the other characters. The Rough Knight is terrified of reflections. He's in a mirrored room with a madness ghost. The Reverend Hardcastle is also mad and is stuck in the same room with the Ghost of Madness. And Alep, if you're familiar with the rules. Phillin Blanks has just become a necrophobe and is terrified of dead things. He's in a tomb. The amazing Claire has a phobia of bald people, you know, like Jack Hardcastle. Now, she has made a wig out of leaves, but she's also tripped and fallen and is now stuck in a coffin, I think. They're pretty beat up. They're low on spells. And they are very much not operating at their best. I was so excited about the high-stakes nature of this session when we started, but I, the Dungeon Master, had absolutely no idea how this session was going to end.
I see Jack go down the stairs, and instantly, filled with worry, I run after him. Mr. Hardcastle! So I'm going straight after him.
Great.
I point urgently at the wig again.
I don't see that.
I nod and, like, you know, I'm running after Phillin, but I'm also saying to Claire, like, yeah, don't worry, I'm on it.
Cool. All right.
And then
I
follow after, but with my eyes shut, going like this.
in which case, Briony, I'm going to need you to make an athletics roll at disadvantage.
I can.
And Matt, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Yeah.
9.
Natural 1.
Hot damn. Matt, roll a d20 for me.
6.
Matt, you now have necrophobia, a fear of dead things.
Oh, good.
In the space of a couple of seconds, the Rough Knight barrels down towards the staircase. Phillin barrels ahead of him. As you hit the top of the staircase, you are, how do I put it? There is a genuine sense of something shifting in you. You can feel it change, and you realise there are corpses everywhere in this tomb that you're in. Also, you're in a tomb. Whereas Briony, you run blindly into the dark, trip, and fall into a sarcophagus. Which then falls off the plinth it's on, knocking you onto the floor in a mess of dust. Please take 3 damage. From slapstick. Can everybody roll initiative, please? As we are into a scuffle.
For fuck's sake. Sorry, language. 1 again.
Oh my god, Matt.
Wow.
I'm changing that dice.
Rich?
14.
Rufus?
7.
And Brian?
8. We all rolled high.
Mercifully, you're only up against one thing, which is going on. God, these things are quick. Okay. So, I will assume that while that's happening, the Alep has had effectively a turn. When Rich, you've been stunned. So it basically gets a free go to attack you, and it drifts over to where you are. Because you're stunned, it has advantage to hit you. Are you kidding? What's your armor class?
19, mate.
Oh. So a 19 will hit. But I thought I'd missed. So it reaches over towards you and just touches you on the face. Rather, actually, it touches you on the face. Its hand passes through your face into your personality, I guess. As you take another... Oh, this could have been a lot better. 2, 5, 10, 15 psychic damage.
Why?
I have a question, Paul.
Yes.
Because I'm basically Captain America,
Yes.
I have as a reaction, I can say, I can do this all day, and I get 6 hit points back.
Yes.
Can I do that if I have just lost all my hit points?
Yes. Because the point of that is to allow you to be heroic. So, yes.
Great. Well, as he's putting his hand through my head, in which case I say, I can do this all day.
Right. At which point, you are no longer stunned. You stand up, shake this off, and do a sort of Henry Cavill, like just cocking your own arms bit. As you do this, the rough knight barrels through this mirrored wall into the chamber you're in.
I scream and hide behind my shield.
Phillin is also. Oh God, Phillin is running in behind him. So, just so we're clear, Phillin, there is a ghost here. Richard, for the purposes of Reverend Hardcore, there is a bearded dwarf here. Yeah. And for the purpose of the rough knight, this room is functionally mirrored. And there's no clear exit.
Can I ask a question, Paul?
Yes.
Are fears like that debilitating, or do we have an awareness, like in the same way if you're scared of spiders, you go?
You don't. So it's not. You're not affected as frightened by this, as in the spell. You don't have to use all of your ability. You don't have to use your turn to just flee. What it does, it means, is you're less competent in the area of your fear.
Okay.
So, I mean, role playing appropriately, like you guys have done the right thing. When you have discovered these fears, you've fled. That makes sense, but you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, if everyone has reacted, anyone who doesn't have inspiration, because you're all playing that fear, anyone who doesn't currently have inspiration may have inspiration, and you can use that to remove disadvantage from a roll or give yourself advantage on a roll.
Okay.
But now we are now into combat, and the first turn goes to Richard.
Yeah, motherfucker. Okay. I'm going to.
Before you get to that, Richard, I'll remind you, you're in a room that is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about 50 feet around a central point. What's the word I'm looking for? So we've got 50-foot radius. No, 50-foot circumference. There's a door, well, actually no, and that's it. There are no entrances and exits except for a staircase beneath a that was obscured by a stone block, and the block has been moved to reveal the staircase, and that's to the right. There is a sort of ghost floating around in here, fog and wind. Oh, and okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corpses, one of which are very old.
Okay, and do I know what this thing is vulnerable to just by looking at it?
You got a 19 on the thing. You know that it resists most. It will resist almost anything you throw at it if it's non-magical. It takes no damage from poison, cold, or necrotic damage, and it's very difficult to do things like you can't grapple it, you can't paralyze it. It's partially incorporeal. Like it's effectively not real and real at the same time.
Okay,
and
cool.
You also know that it can cause one of its things it can do is it can cause infighting.
Oh shit!
Okay, good stuff. Well, we're not that susceptible to that. I'm gonna use. Can I try spiritual weapon to see if that will, because it's magical and
you absolutely can. I believe it does radiant damage, which this thing will take full damage from it. It's not vulnerable to it.
Okay, well I'll still do that.
Yeah.
Paul, did you say?
Someone...
Oops, sorry, go on, Rich.
No, go
sorry. I was just going to say, did you say there's a blue crystal in this room as well?
There is. There's a blue crystal on it above it, hovering slightly above a central dais.
Okay. Sorry.
It's about a foot wide and pearlescent.
Okay. So I'm going to do two things then. So I'm going to send my spiritual weapon at this Alip. And
that's a bonus action.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then my other action, I'm going to use command.
Ooh.
I'm going to say a one-word command to him.
Which is?
Fear.
Ambiguous.
Okay. Just die? Can I change it to just...
It's dead. It's dead.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you
Sleep.
one more go, but I'm going to take... Okay. Typical commands
I should have looked at
include
this before.
approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt. But you've said sleep. Okay.
Yeah, but-
Gets to make a wisdom save. Shit! It doesn't pass its wisdom saving throw, so it tries to sleep. But it basically wastes its turn this go. So it does not attack everybody. That was better. That went better than I thought it was going to go. Next up in the initiative order is... That's the Alep, but the Alep is trying to sleep. Briony.
Oh, okay.
You are at the top of the staircase.
Well, last time I come across a crystal, smashing it was a good thing.
I should point out, you haven't seen the crystal yet. You're at the top of the staircase. You have yet to see the interior of this
I thought it
room.
was under a sarcophagus.
You've rolled out of... So you've kind of just tripped over into a sarcophagus that's fallen off a
Rolled
plinth and dumped you at the top of the stairs.
Would I see it, would be running towards it to see it then be my full turn?
No, it's 15 feet. You can run 30 feet as a move action. It's 15 feet to get down the stairs into this room.
And just because there is...
Then you've got 15 feet of movement in your back pocket. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to go in far enough to kind of see the scene, but also go, ooh, 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 because there's a bald person in there.
Yep.
And then...
Oh, I'm so sorry, Richard. I'm so sorry, I forgot to roll for your spiritual weapon. Rich, which hits your spiritual weapon, hits it for 4 damage. 4, 5, 6 damage. Which is nice, isn't it? Sorry, my apologies. Briony, you're in the room going, bald man.
And then I'm going to try and use... Unfortunately, I've run out of shatter spell slots, so we're going to have to go the one that's more damaging. I'm so sorry if this hurts people. Thunderwave.
And you're targeting...
The crystal.
Cool. At what level?
I've got it first level because I'm all out of second level spell slots.
Cool. It doesn't really have the ability to make a saving throw, so yes, roll your damage, please.
Okay, so what did you cast? Oh no, I've cast it twice accidentally then. I think I listened to it. That's 2d8. 4. That's the d8. 4 and 4, 8.
8. Cool. Right. I'll say you've also caught the Alep in that because it's an area effect spell.
Mm.
So the Alep takes a sum of that damage. That's resistant to thunder. That's interesting. Cool. A crack appears in the crystal, and the wind in this room increases tenfold. So can everybody make dexterity saving throws, please? No, sorry, strength saving throws.
Oh, the red dice is much better. 18.
18. Phillin is fine. Richard?
22.
The Reverend Hardcore and his spiritual weapon are fine. Briony?
10.
You are flung around the room a la a tornado.
Oh.
Rufus?
You're not in Kansas anymore.
12. You are just fine.
Oh.
By a factor of 1.
Oh.
The Alep is absolutely indifferent to this. However, Briony, joining you, being spun around the room, are 5 corpses.
Oh.
And also the signs I wrote previously start flapping around.
Yes. Rufus, it is your turn.
I take the hammer of fruit, and I take. I think. I'm where Briony was, right? I'm where Claire was.
You're roughly at the entrance to this room, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm basically going to run down the stairs, jump forwards, and smash the crystal with my hammer of breaching.
Oh, Christ. Sure, feel free. Make an attack roll just to make sure you manage to do it, because I wouldn't ordinarily make you roll to hit an inanimate object like this. But you are being buffeted by strong winds now.
16.
Shit. Yeah, you've hit it. Make your damage roll, please. Oh, fuck. Make your damage roll and double the damage. And knock off one use of the axe. Knock off one use of the hammer of breaching, because this is kind of a lock.
Okay, 14.
Okay. Strength saving throws from everybody again, please.
Oh gosh.
18 again.
Great. Rich,
17.
you're fine. Briony,
7.
not great. Rufus,
15.
oh my god, are you kidding me? You exactly needed 15. So you guys hold your ground. Briony, you are flung bodily into the wall. A la gust of wind, which I have to look up. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Because I wasn't expecting anybody to do this. La, 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 la. Thinking of the right one? I'm not. Okay, cool. So let's treat it like 1, 2, 3. We'll treat it like a fall. So, oh, Jesus Christ! Righty, how many hit points have you got?
8.
Not anymore. You are smashed into the wall and have been knocked to 0 hit points, and then some. But it's Suicidal Muppet. How dare you quote that right now?
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, Briony, you are knocked into the wall and pass out, and are now just spiraling around the room. The wind is much higher.
I hate to tell you this, Phillin, but now I look like a corpse.
Oh no.
I mean, there are already several corpses in the room. So next up is Matt.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to apologise to anyone in the chat who is bald, bearded, or dead. You don't mean offence. But yeah, I think having seen all this happen and now these corpses whipping around, the fear sort of initially gets in me, but then I'm kind of aware of it. So I kind of think it's the ghost's fault, and I say, I'm so sick of these motherfucking corpses in this motherfucking cave. And I'm gonna with arcane focus my level 2 chaos bolt at this ghost.
Okay, so would you like to spend your inspiration to remove your disadvantage from the attack roll?
That would be lovely, Paul. Yes, please.
Please do. Okay, great. So make a standard attack roll against this Alep.
Oh no! This dice, it's just rolling 18s.
Great. So that totals out something like 23, I think. So, Christ, Chaos Bolt at a high level.
Do you want me to roll a D?
Give me a moment. I want you to... let me just double check what it's on.
D8 for the thingy? To see what the effect is?
Yeah, roll 2d8.
So, a 1.
Acid.
And a 4.
Force.
What was the 1? Sorry, I didn't hear.
1 is acid, 2 is force. Bear with me a second.
3 for a girl, 4 for a boy.
Yep. Okay. And so it's 1 and 4, and you also get to roll 2d6 to add to that.
Yeah. Oh, 6 and a 5.
Nice. So that's... $14. Is it force or acid damage?
I'm going to use the force.
Great choice. So yeah, you conjure in this swirling maelstrom of insanity. You summon elements of pure chaos from the planes beyond here. The very plane of limbo. Some limbo stuff forms in your hand, taking on various different shades as it tries to decide what kind of powerful it will be. And you sling this bolt of pure force across the room, slamming into the Alert for 14 damage. you have rolled well, my friend.
Phillin.
And the thing rears back. It is no longer trying to sleep. Next turn, it is Richard's turn. What would you like to do?
Just so you know, when I did do that, I turned to Ruff and went, Cowman style.
Oh, sorry. At the end of that turn, another crack appears in the crystal in the centre of the room. Can those of you who are not unconscious please make strength saving throws again?
Oh,
as the wind gets worse.
Oh, shoot.
17. This dice, it's all red tonight. It's all red from now on.
Nice. Rich?
I've had 8 there.
8. Okay, you are now swept up around the room. You take... What? You take 3 damage. 3 ones. Prick. Not you, the dice. And
Oh,
No,
I heard what I heard.
Rufus, you were also picked up by the wind and hurtled around the room. You can still make attacks on this thing because you're basically orbiting it. But Rufus, you take 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I'm not rolling well for damage now. Sorry, Briony, I rolled really well for yours. Rufus, you take 8 damage as you are smacked into various corpses and bits of wall, and the other players.
Yeah.
Richard, it is your turn. You'll notice your spiritual weapon is completely unaffected by the wind.
Cool. So, will the spiritual weapon continue to attack?
It will. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just check something about the spiritual weapon. As a spell. Holy shit! Spiritual weapon doesn't require concentration. What a great spell!
It just does its business.
Yeah. So it makes an attack roll. That's a 20.
Oh, great
10.
job.
What's your
spiritual
wisdom?
weapon?
It does 16 damage to the Alep by just swinging wide and slamming through it. And you can see the Alep is starting to sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like shimmer?
Okay.
Pulse almost, and it's the whole time this Alep is screaming incoherent speech the whole time, really loudly. It's oppressive. Richard, what would you like to do with your turn?
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay, so that ups your armor class by 2.
Yeah.
I think. Grand. Do you want to try and use your movement to secure yourself against the wind, or
and if
flying around?
I'd rather not be flying loosely around.
Okay, you can make an athletics check to try and grab something and prevent yourself being flung around.
Do that. That's a 19.
19, great. You grab the stone obelisk and just sort of claw your way to the side of that, and you are no longer being buffeted around by the wind. The Alep gets its turn and uses its other ability, which I was excited to try out. Can Phillin, Matt, Richard, and Rufus, can you each make wisdom saving throws?
Look, it's +2, I think.
Okay.
22.
That's a rough 20.
Rufus?
10.
Great. Matt, you take... Oh my god! Piss. Matt, you take no damage. No. It's so the creature basically starts screaming weird eldritch truths. Matt, you take no damage. Richard, you take no damage. Rufus, you take 4 damage and must immediately use your reaction to attack Phillin.
Oh, no.
No.
All right.
Just do it. Just do it, man. Do it.
He's already crying.
I'd like to point out one thing, right?
Yes.
And this is I'm sort of given to think it's a particularly British sensibility, but I'm sure that's nationalistic, shadowy nonsense. I have rolled like absolute shit all night. Like even when I've got away with things, like, it's been by like 1 point. So now I'm going to roll to hit Phillin, right? And I genuinely don't think I've rolled much over on anything. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah. I'm betting it's a natural 20.
Does this include my strength modifier?
It does, and your proficiency modifier, so you're adding 5 to this.
Yeah. 22.
Great. Roll your damage, please.
It's not a warning shot.
Ah! 1.
Plus
3.
So 4 damage as Rufus not Rufus, Ruff, his eyes glazed over for a second, just turns around in this maelstrom of bodies and dust and bone, and turns around and just smacks Phillin in the chest with a warhammer. No, his phobia is not currently active.
Oh. I mean, I hope this sparks some emotion in you that's not the effects, but I just look you in the eyes and go, Mr. Ruff! Just before it hits.
Next up, Briony. Wait, hang on, Briony, did you take into account the temporary hit points you had?
Yeah, I put them on.
Oh no, fair enough. In which case, can you make a death save, please, as you are slammed around the room by
18.
winds? 18, that's one good one. 2 more of those and you revive with 1 hit point, I think. Next, and then Rufus, it is your turn. As you shake off the effect of this sort of weird mind control from this dreadful ghost thing.
Are we suggesting that I do have some way of getting near this crystal?
Yeah, well, I'm assuming for the purposes of this, you can use your movement, because it's not a massive room, you can basically use your movement to sort of kick yourself towards whatever target you please.
Okay. I'm going to hit the crystal again then.
Great. Make an attack roll, please.
16.
That's a hit. And your damage, if you would?
11.
Oh, Christ. Right. Well, there's a flash of light. And this time... Sorry?
Your golden coat.
This time everyone is just flung into the walls. Corpses and all. Briony, take 1 bad death save as your unconscious body hits a wall. Matt, 6 damage. Rich, 2 damage. Rufus, 4 damage. The ghost is flung through a wall.
Ooh. Well, it's found an exit.
And yeah, like I said, there's a flash of light and a titanically loud boom as the wind stops dead. And there's a low rumbling sound. There's shards of crystal everywhere. And inside where the crystal was, there is just a perfect point of light and what's the word I'm looking for? There's a like blue-white orb about an inch wide. And it's cold nearby it.
Okay.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
You can. Oh, we're still. I should point out we're still. No, we'll keep those initiative values in case we go back into combat. But yeah, make an Arcana check. Yeah, you're out of combat for the second.
So I roll 15 plus 2, 17.
17, great. You, to your mind, that looks like a portal of some kind to a different plane.
Ooh.
Or can I jump down to where Claire is?
Yes.
And do cure wounds?
You absolutely can. Yep. And what's Ruff going to do?
I've still got the bag of holding.
You do.
I'm going to try and throw the bag of holding over that, whatever that thing is, and put it in the bag of holding. Because I don't know what it is.
You don't. Bear with me a second. I actually have to look up a thing. Cool. Before this happens, the As you're about to do that, through the wall, the Alep lurches out of the side, attempts to strike. Sorry, Richard, roll for that cure wounds for Claire.
13.
Cool. This Alep attempts to grab Phillin. Your armor class? Armor class?
Oh, sorry, 13. 13. Sorry, my headphones went out for a sec.
That's all right. 13, it's hit. And it does... Jesus Christ, these things are horrible. 8. 15 psychic damage.
Oh, I was on 14, so that's me out.
Sorry, love. As it grabs... It just puts its hand... It literally doesn't even grab it, it just passes through Phillin. And Phillin just drops down to his knees and slumps to one side. Oh no, we should also roll for the poor little Drake, shouldn't we?
Oh no! Not that I care about the Drake more than you, Phillin.
I'm afraid that Phillin and the baby Drake are both unconscious and bleeding out. Back to initiative. Richard, your turn. Claire, you are
All right.
Oh, how many points did I give myself?
I don't know, what did Richard roll?
13.
13, sorry, yeah.
13 hit points back.
Oh, cool.
Okie doke. Paul?
Yes.
Can I know that you said that this earlier. I guess I would know this. Inflict wounds, would that affect this thing? Because it's necromancy. Oh, okay.
It's necrotic damage. It's actively immune to necrotic
damage.
Oh,
fine. Okay.
No poison, no cold, no necrotic.
Yep.
Okay. Well, my thing is, my guy is still doing his work. My spiritual weapon.
Yep. Oh, that's a good point. Its attack. I'm afraid the spiritual weapon is a swing and a miss this turn.
Dang it. And I'm just gonna. Can I just try and? God, I can't really do anything. Can I use guide? I'm gonna try guiding bolt on it.
Sure. Make an attack roll. Wait, guiding bolt. Yeah, that's a first level spell, right?
Yeah. Oh, fuck, that's 4.
That is a miss. Also, are you rolling this at disadvantage because you're in the presence of a bearded man?
Yeah, but should I bother?
You might as well. You might critically fail.
Do you want it
I didn't.
4?
you might get to 1 and kill Phillin.
That's true. I didn't do that. I got a much better roll, and I'm sad now.
Great. Next up is Briony.
Yes. I'm just looking which of my spells will work on a ghost thing. Can I just check, does psychic damage do stuff?
You don't know. Richard has not verbally shared the information about this creature.
I didn't listen.
Chance it.
Okay, I'm going to chance it.
Bear in mind, any attack rolls you make are at disadvantage because there's a bald man nearby.
Oh yeah, when he wakes me up, I should have just gone, ah!
Yeah.
Thank you. Turn away. Oh, it's worse. I'm gonna
what
try.
What do you do?
Sorry, which one is it that I've got that I can actually use? Oh wait, can I use my pearl? Oh no, it
It's
takes
a full action to regain a spell slot.
Then I'm just gonna go with dissonant whispers.
Okay, make an attack roll. No, wait.
No,
make a saving throw.
Wisdom 14.
All right, what are you shouting at this thing to make it feel bad?
I don't know,
Right. Roll your damage, please.
Well, now I feel bad.
Roll your damage, please.
Sorry. Where is my damage?
I think it's 3d6.
Thank you. Sorry, keep moving between different things.
Yeah, we should apologise for the language on the stream tonight.
Yeah,
said some bad things, but that was
appalling.
3, 2, and 2. 5, 6, 7. Not very high.
It isn't, but it is the exact number of hit points it has remaining.
Oh!
And so, this thing kind of it starts to just it's being pummeled from different angles. Its hands throw up in the air. It sort of throws its head back, and with one final scream, it just tears apart. Briefly, where the space it was in, you see an elf in fine red robes vanish, as if it was sort of trapped in something else. And at which point, yay, nice, you're just back in the room again.
Ah, I just this is the only sign I have left.
Like a very weird first draft of The Sixth Sense.
It was originally called The First Sense.
The prequel, The Fifth Sense.
How many drafts they did?
I eat dead people. Bag of holding, things it can do. Cool.
Am I back awake now?
Nope, no one's done anything to help.
I will.
Oh yeah, can I do cure wounds on him?
Yes. Make you roll.
Do I need to? Oh, like the. Is it a D20?
No, you just how much healing does he get?
Oh, 1d8 plus 4. Yeah.
1d8 plus 4. So.
Can I do it on myself as well for cure wounds?
You absolutely can. Matt, you get 8 hit points back. Richard, you can heal yourself. Rufus, I believe you had a plan.
Well, to be honest, everything sort of happened all at once during that battle, but all I was doing was, while that battle was raging, before the ghost reappeared, I was jumping at the portal with a bag of holding, trying to wrap. Because the thing is, basically, I'm not magic at all.
I'm well aware.
So anything like fighting a ghost or do a thing with a gem or whatever happens, all I can do is try and use magical things around me to make a change. So all I'm trying to do is leap and with the mouth of the bag open, leap over whatever that white glowing thing was.
Sure. Okay. Matt, I've just sent you a text. Now, don't take any action just yet.
Okay. Tell me when.
So have you read the text I've just sent you?
Yeah.
Lovely. So it comes down to speed. So I'm going to assume that Ruff is just going to do this. I need both of you to make dexterity rolls. Matt, if you beat him, you have exactly 6 seconds to do something.
Okay.
Or you don't have to do anything. Can both of you make dexterity rolls, please?
I've rolled mine. I've got it ready to show the camera.
Hang on a second. Bear in mind, you may or may not be rolling at disadvantage if you are near the source of your fears. Unless, Matt, would you like to spend your inspiration?
I spent it already.
Oh, no.
So, disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh, it was good before. I just rolled a natural 20 on that one. But before, I've got what's ready. Do you want to hold it up at the same time, Rufus, at the camera?
Sure thing. Although you said I was rolling at a disadvantage if I was near the source of my fears, and because I'm now worried about my reflection, maybe I should roll again and roll at disadvantage.
Feel free.
Okay.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a 10. Plays.
Where is it?
16. Matt, I'm going to say go, and I'm going to count to 6. And I want to know what you're doing.
Straight at Rufus.
Lovely. Make your attack roll.
WTF?
17 again. This. I
Rufus,
think these dice are
a 17 hit.
17. Yeah.
Wait, Matt, you have to roll at disadvantage. There are corpses in the room.
Oh god.
And are you rolling the damage, Matt? Are you rolling a d20?
No, he's just rolling to.
I'm just rolling to hit.
Oh, okay.
At disadvantage, it was 13.
Oh, my armor class is 14.
So here's what happens. Phillin jolts awake and sees Ruff running towards this little ball of light with the bag of holding open and goes, "No!" Fires a firebolt right past his shoulder as the Rough Knight brings the bag of holdings open down on a portal to the elemental plane of air. As it explodes, that's our show. We'll be back next week. Please join us next week as we find out what dimension the party is going to and how many of them there will be at the end.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Just as a fun little bit of trivia I wrote into the thing about the elemental plane of air powering a spell has turned into an absolute clusterfuck.
Listen, I'm so sorry, but like, I can't quite magic things. I just was trying to do a thing.
Wow.
Right. Well, I won't lie. I do have to rewrite the next couple of sessions worth of content.
Hey, this is going to really stop all the people in the chat who says we don't move very far. So don't worry.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
It may slow down our task. We'll find out what happened in the dungeon. We're in a different plane.
All right. Well, I'm going to spend a chunk of time this week reading up about planar travel in 5th edition. But you know what? The genuine version of this is, if you were to ask me what my favourite of all the D&D settings of all time has ever been, I would answer Planescape. So this might work out real bad for the players because I know the Outer Planes quite well. I know enough to know that they are awful, awful places.
You know who's going to be really pleased about this? Is Mordant Thrubwell. Down the dungeon to find answers, and then we have gone to a different reality.
Yes. And that's that. That's part 3. I genuinely did not see that last move coming. Couldn't be happier. Consequence of that was it did mean I had to rewrite the entire show. So, some of you might have questions about what just happened. Let me explain. The Bag of Holding is a magic item in Dungeons & Dragons. It's a bag that's bigger on the inside. It is referred to as being an extra dimensional space. So the space inside the bag isn't in the real world, it's somewhere else. And the hole at the top of the bag is a door between here and wherever the inside of the bag is. There's a couple of other magic items that have similar properties. The handy haversack is one, very similar, and the portable hole is another one, which is also, and that's just like a flat piece of cloth. You roll it out, put it on something, boom, instant hole. One of the core mechanics of these is you can't put one of these extra dimensional spaces inside another extra dimensional space without there being quite explosive consequences. Placing a bag of holding inside an extra dimensional space created by a Heward's handy haversack, portable hole, or similar item immediately destroys both items and opens a gate to the astral plane. The gate originates where one item was placed inside the other. Any creature within 10 feet is sucked through it to a random location on the astral plane. The gate then closes. The gate is one way only and cannot be reopened. Thanks, rules, Paul. There aren't rules for what happens when you put a portal, albeit a small one, inside a bag of holding. But that statement exists, as does my ability to extrapolate data from incomplete sets. So what follows was a bit of a curveball. I think you'll enjoy the next episode. If you're enjoying the shows, please like and subscribe. If you have any spare cash, you can donate to Black Lives Matter UK. The link is in the description. You'll also see a link to the Question Time website where you can have the chart I made for the phobias if you'd still like to use that in your game. And that's us. We'll see you for the next episode. Have a great week. Bye-bye.